My opinion on the new patch, I think it's very underwhelming. I do like that they gave Orisa a slight nerf because she needs more, but at least they did something. It wasn't expected, and it's cool. The Sojourn changes are a joke. No one is really complaining, or no one has a big problem with her left click. It doesn't matter how she builds rail. When she has rail, she's going to either get close to one-shotting you if she's in the face, or she'll be one-shotting you for sure if she has a mercy pocket. And almost every Sojourn player you play with will go into a match, and even if you start the game off with no mercy, eventually it just goes, guys, we're gonna lose unless you guys pocket me. I'm the Sojourn. Pocket me. Why do they want to pocket you, say? So they can one-shot. So they didn't address that at all. And the reason why they're not addressing it is because it's part of her identity, which makes literally no sense. I don't think her identity should be, yeah, she can basically one-shot. I don't think that's the goal for the character whatsoever. And it just goes against their whole ideology, I feel, for most characters. And it also goes against what they did for Ashe. Ashe has a rifle. Kind of like Sojourn. They're both rifles. She doesn't one-shot. Even with Blue Beam, she doesn't one-shot. I think it just goes to say that Mercy's Blue Beam itself is a problem. Although 195 headshot is still ridiculous. It should be like at maximum 175, or like everyone else 150, or it doesn't headshot at all. Instead, it just body shots and stuff like that. So Sojourn nerfs are a joke. Don't know what's going on there. Roadhog changes are interesting. I heard if you jumped, you could still one-shot most of the heroes. I don't know. Hog got a direct nerf though, because his damage is less than it was before, but you can still one-shot stuff. I don't think I mind it too much. I think that you'll have a lot less consistency of Hogs one-shotting you, which is the goal. I don't think it's perfect though, so they'll have to work on that still. You can if the enemy's brain dead and doesn't move. Oh, then yeah, the Hog got like a good nerf. I do think that Hog's kit is still weird though, because he's insanely reliant on his hook still. And it's fine to have some reliance, but when it's like your whole identity, it's kind of a bummer. Kiriko nerf, it makes some sense actually. Her healing output's insane. They slightly reduced it, not by much, but by a little bit. And the reasoning was to make folks throw more kunais. You could always throw 2 kunais and heal. It was a little bit tighter if you wanted to do it properly. We could always do that. So I don't understand that being the reason whatsoever. Who do I main? It depends on the role I'm playing. I play a lot of stuff. So that's weird. And I don't understand that reasoning whatsoever. And they didn't nerf one of the, like, 2 of the biggest things for Kiriko are her Suzu, which does 4 things, and her ultimate does 4 things as well. Attack speed, move speed, cooldown reduction, and reload speed. They are overloading this character. They're not really nerfing the thing. They're not nerfing what they really should. Although the healing nerf is not a bad thing. I think overall it's in the right direction. They just need to do more because she's going to be hard meta still. And the devs said they want to have seasonal metas, but there's nothing seasonal about having Kiriko still be meta. Sojourn, I believe, will still be meta. Hog won't be meta anymore. But now Orisa's turbo meta. Orisa is just like, I think Orisa, people were saying that Orisa's only good because she counters Hog. I think Orisa is going to be the best tank in the game right now, barring some certain situations. So I don't know if I agree with that to begin with. You still get hyped for long range Zen volley kills. I wouldn't say I get hyped. I think nowadays I get more hyped if I get multiple kills in a row. Getting 1 kill is cool, but when you can chain kills in a short time frame, that feels really good because that's consistency, and that consistency is what I'm striving for. And Sojourn's ultimate is just a better version of Genji Blade. Because what's going to happen, I really don't want Dive to be meta again. Dive was so boring to play against in Overwatch 1. I never liked it. I never liked it at all. They delayed the patch and came out with shit. The reason why they delayed it apparently was because the way they do hotfixes, their whole system for hotfixes broke, or something to that effect. Seiko talked about it in good detail, but they basically didn't have the technology to push the patch. And then when they do have the technology, they don't push the right patch. And it feels like these changes aren't insane to do. They're just changing numbers. When you're just changing numbers and you get the numbers incorrect, you need to find people that actually know more of what the real issue is. Like, the only real change that's going to make a good impact, like a pretty big impact, is the Orisa change. Because Orisa's Fortify is usually used whenever you're like, oh, I'm dying. And when you use it, you now get 50 less overhealth, which is good. I think that and then Kiriko's healing being less. Those are like the two biggest changes I feel. The Hog change is good. It's good. Because they're making Hog, I wouldn't say unplayable, but they're definitely going to make it to where people won't pick him as much. Because he relies on the hook to do anything. It's very hard to get kills with his right clicks. That's very hard to do because it requires, like, what is it? Like a 1 meter difference. That's being too close. Too close. That's being just right. Why would you play Roadhog against most things now when you can just play JQ? Hog's identity is the hook. That's all he has. JQ has the knife, which is a budget hook, kind of. She has the axe, and she has the shout for her team. And I would say that her ultimate is very good, and she builds it very quickly. She's also a lot skinnier than Hog and harder to hit. So they need to give Hog something to make him more interesting and fun to play. This game is not going to be balanced, I swear. I don't expect perfect balance at all. That's the thing. I'm not looking for perfect balance. What I'm looking for is the outstanding issues to get handled. And they're not getting handled. Overwatch 1, outstanding issues. At one point, it was the CC. That was a big deal. And they just kept introducing more and more CC. Every new character, it was like, what? Sombra, Brigitte. It's like, why are we introducing these characters? Their whole identity is garbage. Oh, she can shield bash you. Have fun. Sombra hacks you. Sombra is... I still hate Sombra as a character. I think that this is the worst character in the game because all she does is snipe. Nothing else she does is interesting. But this is the second worst character in the game because all she does is hack. And she's invisible. She goes against pretty much the entire identity of Overwatch. Is game fun now? The quick play is kind of fun. Ranks can be fun. It just depends. I still can't stand when folks play one-shot characters. I hate playing against Mercy Sojourn, which is still good. Widow hasn't been changed, no. They need to, if they want to change Widow and not have to do with anything too crazy, make her glass cannon, reduce her HP. If your goal is to not give Widow a rework and make her actually fun to play, in the sense of having abilities that are unique, engaging, interactive, versus the whatever the hell this is. It's a mine, dude. Let's go. You can't tell me it's engaging. Grapples, whatever. Ultimates, sights. Like, nothing about her kit is really cool. All she has is this. So if that's going to be the character and she can one-shot, cool. Make her a glass cannon. Just like Tracer is a very mobile, assassin-style nerd who's always zipping around, she has 150 HP because she's hard to hit. Widowmaker plays in Narnia. Give her 150, maybe maximum 175, and call it a day. A lot of characters have fall-off damage. She does not. That's 200 HP target, dead. One shot. I had somebody tell me that Ashe counters Widow, and that's hilarious because that is 5 bullets to kill that target with all headshots. I feel kind of bad for Hog mains. It's better to nerf Hog right now because Hog is pretty easy to play. Like, the reason why Hog's getting nerfed and Widow's not is Hog's hook is easy to land. Okay, dog, you're supposed to work with me here. Twitch can be annoying sometimes. But I missed that guy and I hooked him still. Nerfing Hog for right now is good. It just depends on how long is Hog going to be nerfed for. Because Hog was pretty good for a while. So him getting nerfed for a little bit is fine. After all, just go play JQ. She's just as fun. No, JQ is the most fun tank in the game, if you ask me. I can't play ball though. Yeah, that's what I feel about the patch notes so far. I think that they're kind of underwhelming and they could have done a lot more. If all they did was change numbers for most of these heroes, they could have done a lot more, especially for this one. But let me guess, it only affects high level play, so the devs don't care that much, sadly.